focus and you are not going there to remain. The most important thing you don't want the immigration officials to know is that you are not going to Canada to remain inside. Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining today. So guys, there is something I want to talk about and I will just quickly go straight to the point. All right. If you are new to the channel, first of all, thank you so much for coming and please do not forget subscribe. All right. It's very, very important. Subscribe to our channel. Now let's go further and talk about the very important aspect or something very important we need to discuss today. I want to talk about a certain visa. All right. If you are an international student and you don't have a lot of money, this is a video you should keep watching. And like yesterday, I announced on my Facebook page that I was going to produce this video so that it can help a lot of us migrate abroad. Those of us who don't have family members who can stand for us, who don't have very big bank accounts that can sponsor our study abroad, there is a visa category we can use, and this visa is a visit visa. Now I want to talk specifically about Canada. All right, you can use this visa and migrate to Canada, but there are requirements you need. First, as an international student, you can apply for this visa. You do not need any invitation. It is called a visitor's visa to Canada. You don't need any invitation. And again, it doesn't matter if you are a student or not or a worker, but if you are a worker, it is advantage you to get this visa. Now, the visa has some strict regulations, and remember, when you are applying for a Canadian study visa, there are some things you need to do. And where do you fill the application? Someone asked me this morning if she is going to start filling her visa application. Someone I worked on her stuff from the embassy website. It is called IRCC website for Canada, all right? Not like the embassy like some European countries. You are going to begin from IRCC for those who don't know. However, like I said, this visa is a very promising visa you can use. A lot of people use this visa. And when you use this visa to Canada, when you move to Canada, you can convert this visa to a work visa. That is the most important thing. But it is going to be difficult somehow, all right? But if you ask me, I would say that if you use the visitor's visa to Canada, you should try to enroll in a state university. Again, those of you who are scared of getting 1-year visa study permits to Canada because when you finish your studies, you are going to come back to your home country. Guys, we are people with great memories. We are Africans. When you move to a country like that, you have to be thinking. I'm going to talk about this again in subsequent videos. But however, there are people in this country who have been there for over 3 to 4 years now who had but a 1-year visa. But you must know how to renew the visas. All right, so I will be talking about that. Now let's take a look at the documents you need in order to apply for this particular visitor's visa to Canada. I want to draw your attention to the fact that if you do not have enough money, don't do this. But the student visa looks so tedious. All right, if you think you can use this method, use it. But again, while moving with this visa, make sure you enroll, you have a school you are planning, you keep to plan, you plan some things to do while you are already there. Because like I said, you can convert this visa to a working visa, but it is going to be difficult somehow. I would always recommend you have a school in your brain. So as you enter there, either you are trying to convert it to a working visa or you are going to enroll in a state university. Now, let's take a look at the documents you need in order to apply for this particular visitor's visa. If you must migrate using the visitor's visa to Canada, there is something very important you need to put into consideration: finance. All right. Remember, you are going to this place for visit. You want to tell the officials that you are going for visit, and because there is no face-to-face interview like other countries, you need to show documents. Canada is a country you need to show chronological documents or documents that correlate with what you are doing. And don't lie to the immigration officials. Do not mix lies telling in whatsoever thing you are doing. Otherwise, they will catch you. So the documents include: 1, your pay slips. You need your pay slips. That is the reason I said if you are a worker, that is an advantage you, because it is going to be easy for them to know that this person is working. At least this person has been raising some money. All right. It is going to be very good if you use your pay slips. Of course, if you do not have the pay slips, if you want to try, all right, you can do it as well. You must not have the pay slips. This thing is all about luck and God, and again, requirements, because you cannot just pray without the documents, submitting the right documents. You can never get it. The second document is, of course, your passport. You need your international passport. All right, now this is something again I want to draw your attention to. If you have been traveling before, if you have travel history, it is going to help you a lot. This is something, because they want to see that you have traveled before. When I say travel, I don't mean moving from one African country to the next. No. Have you traveled before? Someone like me, I have visas in my passport. If you have visas in your passport, then just take a scan of all those visas, all right, arrange them in order. If you have residence permits in your passport, like some students, arrange all of them and scan them. When uploading the documents, you add to the IRCC website, because of course, when you fill the application, you are going to upload some documents, all right. Those visas in your passport, include them on the IRCC website alongside a copy of your passport data page. Of course, it is very important, all right. Past travel experience or travel experience is very important with the visitor's visa to Canada. Now, another thing is the flight itinerary. You have to get a booking or you have to book a flight. Now, you shouldn't pay for the flight because you do not know the outcome of your visa application, all right. But when you are checking, there are possible sites you can get, you can book and you do not pay it. I think you have to check booking.com. It is a very good site. You can book for flights, or yeah, you can book for flights without payment. You can try that. I've tried it before. This is very important. You need this flight itinerary, and make sure the flight itinerary corresponds to the date you are entering there and the date you are returning home. Now, you need a cover letter. This cover letter is going to explain to them what you are doing. First, make sure they know what you are doing and the reason you are going to Canada, the places you are going to visit in Canada, and the hotel you are going to stay. And remember, on your flight itinerary, it's going to equally show where you are going to stay. But now in your cover letter, you need to explain where you are going to stay, the places you are going to visit, so they know that you already have a plan and a focus, and you are not going there to remain. The most important thing you don't want the immigration officials to know is that you are not going to Canada to remain inside Canada, all right? It's very, very important. Please do not forget this. Then, of course, you equally need hotel reservation. You need a document to show that you have a hotel you are going to stay inside, and make sure the hotel you are booking is closer to where you are going to be visiting. So let them know the hotel you are going to stay in there, and let them know where you are going to visit. These things must correlate to one another. If they don't, you are in serious trouble. Avoid rejections when you are applying for a visa, especially Canada and USA. Always try to avoid rejections. I'm not saying that if you are rejected, you cannot get it again. No, you would get it, but avoid rejections. It's not good. Now, let's go to the very important part, bank statement. How much do you need for your bank statement? I would say that you need at least 150 Canadian dollars to spend in Canada per day. But if you ask me, I would say raise the bar to 200 Canadian dollars per day. And if you ask me how much should be in your bank account if you want to do this process, I would tell you that at least 5,000 Canadian dollars. This is the reason. You don't want to give the embassy an impression that you don't have money. You don't want to give the embassy an impression that you will not return to your home country. As soon as they notice that you are going to hang in there, they will not give you. All right. So make sure you have between 5 to 10,000 Canadian dollars in your personal bank account, in your own personal bank account. This is something which is very important. Yeah, I know you would be saying that I have someone who wants to sponsor me and stuff like that, but you are the one going for vacation. It would be good you put in your own money in your own account, because if you don't have an account and you want to go for vacation, it doesn't show that you are serious. You are not a big boy. A big man or a big woman should have an account before going for vacation. This is not on my benefit. I'm just telling you what the embassy will look like when they are looking at your file. All right, and you can get this thing within 2 weeks to 1 month to 2 months. It depends. Some people will apply and they may not even get it. It's very possible. Again, another document you need is your employer reference letter. First, remember I mentioned pay slips. Now, employment reference letter is a letter from your employer to show that this person is person A or B is on leave and would be visiting Canada from this date to this date and will equally return back to work to this date to this date when the person returns from Canada. I hope you understand. They must state that on the letter that this person is on leave and we are aware that he or she is going to visit Canada from this date to this date and will return back to work after leave or from after returning from Canada. All right. I hope my English is not the best, but I believe you can get me well. So these are some of the things you should put into consideration. Let your employer with the letter should have the company's letterhead and make sure it corresponds to your pay slip. All these things signed and stamped. All right, it's very important. It's going to help you a lot. And of course, you are going to maybe it's because these documents, if they show that you are working, you have your pay slip, you are working, you show that money enters your account. All right, that is advantage you. Always document where the money is coming to your account from. All right, pay slips will help you. At least pay slips for 6 months is going to be good. All right, make sure there are stamps and everything on them. And remember, I mentioned visas. Old visas in your stuff will help you. Old travel experience will help you. All those things in your passport, snap them and add to the IRCC website. Your proof of funds is going to help you. And of course, your pay slips and your employment reference letter is going to help you because it shows that you are working. That employment reference letter is telling them that you are traveling, but your employer is aware that you will come back and continue the work. And when you reach in there, you vanish and disappear. You look for your stuff, you apply for your jobs. If you don't get, like I always say, it may be difficult. While moving, try to have a school in mind that you are going to enroll in. All right. They can give you these visitors visas depending on what they see. They may even give you for 5 years. They can give you for 1 year. And again, the date of your international passport is very, very important. If your international passport is left just 6 months, I will not advise you to apply for this. But if you still have it for like maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that is advantage you. Do not joke with this information, guys. It is very important. Please equally share this video to somebody. People need it. All right, it's very important. Thank you so much, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. I hope it will help you. There are other videos I would be bringing to this channel in the days ahead, especially because we are all talking about study abroad opportunities. So stay connected and do not forget to subscribe, guys. Also share this video for us till we meet again in another one.